Everyone wants to be stronger, not just physically, but in every part of life. But between confusing workout advice, complicated equipment, and trying to figure out nutrition, where does anyone even start? Well, to get stronger mentally and physically, go to Anytime Fitness. You'll get a personalized training, nutrition, and recovery plan, all customized to your body, your strength level, and your goals. You'll get expert coaching to optimize your results, anytime, anywhere, in the gym and on the Anytime Fitness app. And you'll get anytime access to 5,500 gyms worldwide, all with the right equipment to level up your strength gains and your life. So get started at AnytimeFitness.com. That's AnytimeFitness.com.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Goal!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo, and welcome in to OTB here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee. Another Football Friday here on the show here at Rouse's. Jake and Matt here. Alondra and Tay back in the Raising Cane studio. How we doing, sir?
Oh, we're doing great. Happy to be back at Rouse's. Of course, every single Friday during the season, we will be right here, Rouse's Market on Burbank. So, just like always, walking in early, about 25, 30 minutes earlier than you normally to prep. But you know what? I was about the 50th person through these doors this morning because everybody working here at Rouse's is getting ready. They open up here. I guess they just opened about 2 minutes ago. Doors open. Getting ready for all you tailgaters, having to stock up on some food, some bevies, some brewskis, some hydration. This man right here, every day, making sushi.
Yeah,
About 6 a.m. every single day.
Breakfast bar's already popping. See somebody up there right now.
Get ready to roll, man. Tigers play at home tomorrow. I'm excited. Guess who's making an appearance?
You.
Team Flynn.
Parking pass?
Some people are saying.
I knew it.
I got a parking pass. Shout out to our guy, Mr. Brandon Bull Hurley. Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Yep.
We're going to actually
just complaining every single day on air. Finally, somebody shows pity. Shows sympathy. Somebody stepped up to the plate. So looking forward to it. We will be there, all 5 of us. My 2 little girls probably be a little sleepy at halftime, but we'll see. See what happens.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm not sleepy at halftime. That means the game's been boring that I'm calling. So,
because we'll be winning by so much.
No doubt. A good last night. Football, little Giants and Eagles.
Man.
I mean, the Saints are basically Super Bowl champs.
Basically, the Saints are better than the Eagles by quite a lot, too. It's not a big
Honestly,
deal.
Look.
We joke.
The Giants beat, at the time, the undefeated Chargers. And then they lost to the Saints, and then they go and beat the 4-1 defending Super Bowl champ Eagles.
Yeah, they sandwiched the Saints' loss with the 2 of the better teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Victories. So people are talking. Are the Saints coming? Have they
not coming. Okay.
That's what NFL's so wild, man. I mean, it's just anybody can win any given Sunday. That's why they made a movie about it. But everybody's talented, and it just depends on it so much depends on emotion at the time.
Yeah.
Game plan, a few plays here and there. But of course, the Giants, the game was so exciting last night just because, for one, tip of the cap to Amazon, because they do a really, really good job on that broadcast. When you move a broadcast to a different station or a stream or an app or whatever that's never really done it, you don't know what to get. Now, they've been doing it for a couple of years now, but from day one, that coverage was great. I love the back cover, the alternate view as well.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
Yeah.
The alternate view is really fun. I don't like to watch the whole thing on that, but I do like to kind of go and see it from the above angle, kind of get the bird's eye view. But did a great job. Jackson Dart, wow, bringing some energy. Cam Scattaboo, wow, bringing some energy.
Some crayons were deleted last night.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. Crayons were deleted last night. Cam Scattaboo, You were a beautiful human. You were a caveman.
Yeah. What was it his mom said he did? He used to dress up in his brother's pads and run into telephone poles?
Telephone poles, that's right.
Tracks.
Yeah. I think she said that he liked to take the short bus just because the windows tasted better. I don't know.
Okay. Look, just because he's a little aggressive, okay? My goodness. So I didn't get a chance to...
Because he's a little aggressive. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
So I didn't get a chance to watch all the NFL game last night. We had a crazy schedule in the Hester household. So Katie had to work concessions last night. Because if you are a middle school parent, you have to work a high school game. High school's got,
Sure.
well, you know, we got everything covered. We got high school, middle school, elementary, before school, Mother's Day out. We got them all covered, right? So she was doing that. So I had Harlow. Well, so Jackson had a varsity game, and it started at 6. And so I wanted to go see some of that, obviously.
Of course.
So get Harlow, get the boys packed up. We go see that. I'm going to watch, at least hopefully until the second quarter. They were playing a team that they were going to be okay against. They were up 28-0, I think, but in the second quarter before I left. And so I'm going there, and then Memphis has his big game against our buddies. Like, the baseball team's split in half, right? And one football team here, one football there. And so it's like, well, I got to go see all my boys, like not just Memphis and his team, but I coach baseball too, so I want to go watch them. And so I get there, and it's like I got Harlow with me though, and so like I'm at these football games. I'm like pushing the stroller, like just because all you got to do, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. You can't stop. You stop, you're in trouble, right? So exactly. And so I got my steps in last night. Whatever the marker is, I got the steps in. So I'm trying to good job. Like as I'm fading away, trying to make sure I walk. But crazy night, but fun night. Filled with football, watching this a little bit as I got home. So football everywhere for me.
Did you watch? Did you walk enough to work any? You still pretty sore from the flag football game on Tuesday night we played in.
Yeah, and I said
it's the third day. Still got that lactic acid.
I just said
buildup.
it to the group. And Leo and Wolf of Wall Street's trying to crawl back to the car.
Yep.
I'm still kind of there.
You're still kind of there.
Still kind of at that point.
Stairs are my enemy right now, for sure.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what these muscles right above your quads and right below your hips.
Hip flexors.
They're not flexing.
They ain't flexing.
The flexing ain't flexing.
Well, I don't really have a good comeback for that. So you're just old, I guess. Sorry. I don't think I'm that old, but I will say my son wanted to throw the ball in the backyard yesterday, and the right there where the pec connects to the shoulder and then everything else around the shoulder, kind of tough to lift up a little bit. But you know what? For one night,
we were kings.
Still had it for one night. But, okay, so let me just talk a little bit about the game. So you saw kind of the end of it?
I saw the end of it, and I saw the highlights that kind of led to the score,
Well, a lot of things came out of it. First of all, the city of New York and probably the state of football is a little bit in love with Jackson Dart and his Camp Scatterboo right now. Mm-hmm. The players certainly are in love with those players.
You went from Russell Wilson to Jackson Dart.
Yeah, it's amazing what two players with that kind of young, dumb energy can bring the juice, and then on top of that, play really well against veterans in the NFL. So, what took Brian Daboll so long to get Jackson Dart, I say so long, a couple of games, right?
Yeah.
But the amount of juice that they bring, just playing, being able to make plays with his feet was really impressive. He went out at one point during the game. I think it might have been second quarter. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was second quarter. Went into the tent, and you couldn't really tell from the hit. So it was one of those hits you couldn't really tell. I think it was something I think maybe something happened with his chain that he was wearing, and something happened up above the neck area, but you couldn't really tell. It wasn't a concussion type shot. He goes into the tent, and can I tell you, everybody was trying to get in that tent to see hurry up, because we still got the ball. We got the lead against the Eagles. This might have been third quarter. We got the lead against the Eagles. We got the ball. We're moving. We just got a first down. You scrambled for it. So Dayball's looking in the tent, And so Russell Wilson's out on the field, and, like, the fans are booing. Like, no, get this guy out of here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Russell Wilson throws an incomplete pass on 3rd down. And Dayball goes to the tent and starts, like, undressing the doctor. Undressing him. The guy's like, what? Like, dude, I'm doing my job right here.
Yeah.
And Cam Scadaboo's, like, poking his head in there, like, come on, bro. Then you see Jackson Dart, like, looking above, like, the little mesh part of the tent. And I saw some like
he's in a porta potty.
Yeah. So everybody's like, "What? Get him out of there now! We need him now! These fans are about to turn on us." And I saw some tweets. I think it was PFT commentator that tweeted it out. Jackson Dart has been approved to go back in the game by Cam Scadaboo. So he's been released. So he goes back in the game, man. They just played great. And then, I mean, come on. I don't know if I can just, like, shout from the mountain that I told you so. So more than I can do about the tush push. I don't know if you heard about this. First half, the Eagles get to, like, the 5 or 6 yard line. Something like it might have been the 4. And it's, like, 3rd and short, not in goal.
Right.
They run 4 tush pushes in a row and score a touchdown.
4 in a row?
4 in a row. And can I tell you, nobody was happy about it.
Yeah.
Except for Eagles fans.
Like the announcers even, like Herbie.
Yeah,
and,
you
and
can
Al
tell.
Michaels.
They're like, they did it.
Yeah.
That's 4 in a row there. You could tell. You could see A.J. Brown, the receiver for the Eagles. Like, they call it again, and he's, like, raising his hand like, are you serious? Like, everybody's like, everyone's like, is this really happening?
Right.
Is this real right now? Twitter's lighting up about it. Everybody's, Micah Parsons tweets out, like, this is not football.
Yeah, it's rugby. It's rugby. Give the fullback dive back.
It was
Bring the
embarrassing.
fullback dive back.
It was embarrassing, man. It really was. And so, like, if you're the Eagles and you skirted by this offseason on a vote to keep it in the game, which, I think everybody's going to be screaming now to get it out. But you would think if you want to keep it in the game because that's what helps your team and you can do it really well, maybe not do it 4 times in a row on a primetime game.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe just do it once.
Yeah.
Maybe do it one time and flop, like where don't let it work one time. I don't know. You would think that if you want to keep it in there and not get it voted out in this offseason.
Don't do it on prime time on Thursday night in front of everybody 4 times in a row.
4 times in a row. Not a great look. Anyhow, there's my old man on a front porch take right there. But
I've never heard
another thing.
What's a front porch got to do with it?
What is it? Front lawn?
I don't know. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah,
get off my lawn. There we go.
Kids.
Or get off my front porch. Whatever. Either one. Another really funny thing happened in the game. Let's see. The Giants were on the goal line. Cam Scadaboo is running like a madman.
Yeah.
On the goal line, and he reaches over, and the ball, crosses the goal line.
Yeah.
But then he gets knocked backwards, and then the referee on the sideline, the line judge, says forward progress was stopped. He didn't see him reach it because it was like a real quick jabbed it over the.
Yeah.
He marks him down, and so he's got his hand up, like marking the ball dead right here. And Jackson Dart's like running. Jackson Dart runs over to him. He's like raising his hands up, like touchdown. And he just keeps his hand up, and Jackson Dart looks around, and he gave in to his intuition. Like, he gave in to that inner voice in his head, and he high-fived the ref.
Oh, no.
Yep, high-fived the ref.
Did he get a penalty?
But let me tell you, I was laughing my butt off.
Did he get a penalty?
He didn't.
Okay, good.
He played it off because it wasn't like I'm mad at you. It was just like
right, but sometimes if you picked up the flag and handed it back to him, or if you did something like that, they'll throw a flag.
It was
on you.
Alondra that's the word I was looking for there. It's intrusive thoughts. It wasn't like I'm mad at you. It was like, I'm just happy to give someone a high five right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Came out pretty genuine.
Tough night for Philly sports fans, for the Phillies and the way that they lost, and for the Eagles to lose to the Giants. For the Phillies,
I'm so happy the Phillies.
Oh, I hate you, Phillies.
I'm so happy the Eagles lost.
I hate you. Yeah, sure. I don't really care about that as much, but Phillies.
I don't like the Eagles.
Bad night for Philly sports fans. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a break. We have a lot to get to. We are live here at Rouse's, Burbank, and Lee. We've got a lot still coming your way. Stay locked in here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. When you go to the website, remember, you can check out all that they can do for you, the generators that they have in stock. Remember, it's not too late. I know that it's October. I know that, storm season and all that. No, they've got over 80 right now in stock, ready to go, ready to come install for you. So when you go to the website, remember, on the homepage there on the North Shore, that contact information, 985-397-1562. In the greater Baton Rouge area, 225-300-9389. Boudreaux's Electrical, more power, more protection.
That's right. Family owned, operated right here in Napoleonville. Neil, Melissa, Justin, Boudreaux are proud to deliver the highest level of service with real local person answering your call and a local expert showing up at your door. In fact, Mr. Neil himself still goes out on the majority of installs to make sure every job is done right. That's customer service you just don't find anywhere else. So, and one other thing, they are one of 10 Generac dealers in the entire world chosen to launch the all-new next-generation Generac dealers. Visit them at boudreauxelectrical.com.
Yeah. For the first time, it's going down history, baby. New 3-6 Mafia, featuring 8-Ball and MJG, Young Buck. It's a Tennessee thing. I gotta stay. Till I die. I gotta stay. Till I die. I gotta stay.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here live from Rouse's. Well, one thing you can pick up at Rouse's, LSU Snacks, the officially licensed snacks of the Tigers. Every bite supports LSU athletes, so you can cheer on the Tigers while enjoying great taste. Try the Win Bar, a blend of crunchy granola, wholesome almonds, and chocolate chips packed with protein and lower in sugar. Or you can grab the Win Bites, gluten-free bite-sized chocolate chip cookies with the perfect crunch. Find LSU Snacks now at Rouse's or order online at lsusnacks.com. LSU Snacks, where every bite supports LSU. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, well, speaking of the Tigers, they've got South Carolina coming to town. It is a matchup where LSU is a favorite. They are a 9.5-point favorite. I believe that's a line that I saw last time that I checked in there. It's obviously a must-win situation for the Tigers. Both teams coming off of a bye week, and so I'm going to anticipate there's going to be something new. These teams will have something new for the other team. There's going to be something that you haven't seen before. Now, both these teams are bad at running the football. LSU 15th in the SEC. South Carolina 16th in the SEC, right? So that's the point of emphasis probably for both teams. For South Carolina, they're looking for weapons to help out Lenore Sellers. He doesn't have a running game. He doesn't have a go-to receiver right now, so they're trying to find one, and it's been really troublesome for them. Like, when you watch that receiver core, it is not consistent. Even though they've got guys that look great in their uniform, they're looking for somebody that can step up and be their go-to target. Like for LSU, trying to find ways to run the football. Like, you've got the receivers, you've got the weapons. That's not your issue, but it's like consistently running the football, committing to the run, making plays downfield in the passing game. So these offenses right now are kind of limping into this matchup, but they are both coming off of a bye week.
Yeah, coming off a bye week, which is some teams are probably better at bye weeks than others, too. Like, there's improvements that can always be made on every team, whether you're undefeated, whether you're hitting on cylinders, or whether you are struggling in different aspects of the game. There's improvements to be made. And a lot of times, it's not like a huge, like, tear everything down to the studs, we got to reinvent the wheel type situation. It's little things here and there that you got to just realize that, you know, we're this far off on some things, but we do have to philosophically make a couple of changes. So I think LSU is kind of like somewhere in the middle there. Like, they do need to add some actual X's and O type plays to their offense, to their repertoire, how they are calling the game. But I think there's a lot of little things that they can do to improve, and we've talked about that a lot. We've talked a lot about that in run. Like, let's call a run play and let's run a run play. Let's not give them the option to throw it. Let's not give them the option to do anything else. Let's run a run play. Let's simplify the calls on offense that our offensive linemen are making, the communication between center to guard to tackle to tight end. Let's minimize that communication. Let's limit it. Let's give them some calls, of course, because we still want to get in a good play. Yeah. We want an advantageous play, but it doesn't always have to be the perfect play. Let's just run a play. And then we'll see how the offense kind of changes. Garrett Nussmeier able to have a week of rest. Like, I know he got some much-needed rest. We don't know the severity of whatever was going on with him, but we know something was there.
Yeah.
Can he turn it around? Can he get to the Garrett Nussmeier that we know and love, that we've seen? And that's the frustrating part that everybody's had. It's like, it's not having the success, not doing the things because we know he can do it. Like, if we had never seen him do it, it's just like, all right, well, we got to work around it. We got to figure it out. Like, this is what we are. Sure, yeah. But, like, when you've seen it time and time again, it makes it a lot more frustrating. So I still have high hopes that Garrett Nussmeier will start improving and getting better and better. Hopefully this 7 days of rest will kind of be the catapult that helps him go. What do you think?
In your heart of hearts,
okay,
do you think we'll see some differences in the run game?
Why'd you got to ask me that, bud? My heart of hearts.
Because this is the hard-hitting journalism that OTB is known for.
I know. You got to ask the tough questions that people are afraid to, huh? In my heart of hearts.
Do you think that you'll see something different? This isn't a success rate question. I'm not talking about that.
You're talking about from a...
It's just like, will you see something that is different? So when I say different, you don't run all the RPOs that we've talked about. Maybe you come back and you have Jack Pyburn at fullback, like you had the one play that is your longest run of the year.
Yeah, and to me, like to answer that question, it's like to see something different is not to see it one time, or not to see it in the first 15.
Yeah,
or like once in the one. Like if they brought out a fullback one time in a game, to me that's not something different. It's just like thrown in but at that point it's a trick play, right? It's not.
Man, that kind of hurt when you said it like that.
Well, anything you do something once a game to throw somebody off, it's a trick play, whether it's a triple reverse pass or it's throwing a fullback in there that you've never done before.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my heart of hearts, since you're putting a gun to my head here, I'm going to say
there's no gun.
I'm going to say
no gun here at Rouse's.
And I've said the metaphorical football gun.
Okay.
I'm going to say no from a philosophical standpoint. Well, do I think that we'll have more success? Our success will improve? Yes, I do. But I think it could be more of them looking at what we've done as it's – I don't know if they're going to look at it and say what we're doing is not working, or they're going to look at it and say we just got to fix a few things. We're really close. And if they just, like, clean up calls and make the linemen more – aggressive, make the lineman
ability to be aggressive,
the ability to be aggressive and stop thinking so much,
right,
and trying to be perfect, I think that will improve. Now, will it make us a juggernaut? No, but you don't need to be. I don't think if Nussmeier can get to the level he's been, you don't need to be.
No. You listen. You don't have to be Missouri, who is running for 292 yards per game in the SEC. It's not what we're talking about. You don't have that's not you, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to be that, all right? But you can't be 15th in the SEC. Can you be 9th? Can you be 9th in rushing in the SEC?
I think we'll take 9th.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're 9th, we're talking about a different football team altogether. Because it's complementary, okay? Because you still are going to be able to hit some stuff in the passing game. You hope, like you said, Nussmeier's feeling better. You don't have to be number 1. But can you be 9th? Because with the way your defense is playing, right, that's your complementary offense, where maybe you're 5th in passing and 9th in rushing.
Yep.
And overall, you're 6th or 7th in total offense, but you got a 2nd-ranked, 3rd-ranked defense. That is pairing together to make a pretty damn good football team.
Yep. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is a...
Thank you. Never heard you say that before.
I know. This is a team that has an elite defense, and I think this is a very good, and we can talk about that matchup when we come back, but that defense versus their offense. But this is a team that you don't have to be the greatest offense in the country, although the pieces are there to There's nothing stopping this offense from getting back to where it was a year ago,
right,
in the passing game.
I'm with you.
Except themselves, right?
Yeah.
So, like to see it, but man, if they can just make steady improvements on the offense, that defense keeps playing like they have been playing, this team still has everything they want out in front of them.
All right, we'll take a break. More live here from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee. Stay locked in to OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. It's not only in Central, entire greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. So go to the website, centralplumbing.org, 225-925-8552, weekend holiday game day number. No matter when your emergency happens, they're going to be there for you. Now, it's not only in emergencies. If you're looking to upgrade at your home, at your business, they can do that as well. They can come in, they can remodel. You can go tankless today with a tankless water heater. Go to centralplumbing.org.
That's right, centralplumbing.org. The Payne family, man, they have been the experts here in the greater Baton Rouge area for a long, long time. So, like Jake said, if you have a project, whether it's a residential project, whether it's a commercial project, it's big, small, whatever it is, 24/7 emergency service, make sure that you give them a call, have them come out to your house, have them come out to your place of business and give you a quote, tell you about the project and what they can do. Go visit them right now, centralplumbing.org.
Dipping on some scissor, dipping on some 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 dipping on some scissor, dipping on some.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Real working the wheel, a pimp, not a simp. Keep the dope fiends higher than the Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp.
All right, welcome back in OTB. I was like trying to get Adam's attention because I know he's working on another thing.
Dang,
you know, we got the Saints starting quarterback on, Spencer Rattler in the next segment. So he's trying to work on that. Alondra's done a great job working on that. So I'm just trying to get his attention without being like, hey, Adam, play ball. You know, but now here we are, and I've said it.
Let me tell you, the team's been working hard. You know, there's an extra set of challenges that presents itself when you're not in the comfort of your own studio sometimes, when you got from the technical standpoint. And, you know, when you have someone like Spencer Rattler joining the show, you want to make sure all your T's are crossed, all your I's are dotted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and doing a little. Do
you feel like
we're going to have him on video?
Do you feel like our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted?
Absolutely, except that the power strip under the desk wasn't plugged in, and so my computer died a little bit
I saw you panic a little bit.
Well, you know me. I got to have my info at my fingertips.
Could you do the show without a computer in front of you is the question.
Could I do the show? Yeah, I could do the show. Look, I still got my cell phone.
You got two screens for a reason.
I got two screens.
All right, before we get to the...
kind of like that scene from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, man, I came to the islands and stopped wearing a watch. He's like, oh, cool, man. That's awesome. How do you know what time it is? I got one on my cell phone.
That's true. That's very fair. All right, before we get to the LSU defense versus the South Carolina offense, I want to remind you about our friends over at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. GetGordon.com is the website. You can see past client results, cases they can handle for you in the courtroom right there on the homepage. You can have a chat with them right there on the homepage of the website. If you want to see what they're doing in the local communities throughout the state of Louisiana, at Get Gordon's always going to be the handle there on all major social media. So go ahead, pick up the phone, put your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888, Get Gordon, and get it done. All right, let's take a look at the defense for LSU against the South Carolina offense. Now, LSU right now, points per game in the SEC. Amongst SEC teams, they are third. They're behind Texas at 12, Oklahoma at 7. So LSU right now right behind Texas, only giving up 12.2 points per game. This is a South Carolina offense that we talked about is dead last in rushing, less than 100 yards per game. All right, so you start to look at some of the numbers, the tail of the tape. LSU right now only giving up 84.4 yards per game on the ground. So you would think that those two things competing against each other, LSU is going to be victorious in that portion of it. So it's going to be, okay, if South Carolina comes out and they have a game plan to go through Lenore Sellers, put it on his arm, how's LSU's pass defense? Right now, they are kind of in the middle of the pack when it comes to the SEC rankings. They give up 208 yards per game through the air. A lot of that, obviously, Ole Miss added to it the last time out. So if you're LSU, you've got a couple decisions to be made. How aggressive are we going to be against a quarterback, certainly, that can pull the ball down and make plays on his own? What kind of coverages are we going to play? How aggressive are we going to be in our coverage selections as well? Because if I'm South Carolina, I know LSU's great stopping the run. If you can make any hay, it's going to be through the air. Now, I'll also say this. South Carolina and their passing offense is, I think it's 14th in the SEC. They only throw for 208 yards per game. So if you're South Carolina's offensive coordinator right now, all right, you're Shula, and you're trying to come up with a game plan against this LSU defense, do you think it's going to be trying to have some Q runs and on the ground, or do you think it's going to be through the air with the ability to have Lenore Sellers kind of make a play with his legs and maybe an organized chaos situation?
Yeah, it's a tough situation because you're going into a game against a defense that is proven to be really, really good, really talented, really fast. And they've also proven to be really good to a good comparable to your quarterback and Cade Klubnik over at Clemson. So how the window dressing, the game plan, how they're able to spy and keep him in the pocket, because both those guys, that's a good comparison between them two. They can both beat you with their arm, but they like to beat you with their legs, and that's a shocking number to me. Starting stat that they're so low in rushing yardage with Lenore Sellers' ability to get outside the pocket and turn pass plays into rushing yards with a scramble. Lenore Sellers has not had the year that everybody thought that he could. The talent is still there.
Yeah.
His weapons are not really there. But that isn't to say that he's not dangerous. He looked in one of their losses, he looked probably the best of the year. I think it was against Missouri. He was throwing the ball all over the yard, and that was his best passing game. So it's just like which Lenore's is going to show up, or which offense is going to show up that's going to provide him that opportunity. Yeah. How they had a bye week, so they had a week to work on this.
Right.
If I was them, I would have spent the week working tempo offense. Maybe not every drive, but we're going to put together a couple of 10-play scripts that were really comfortable. And it could be the most basic plays. It could be our baseline, 2-minute drive type pass plays and a couple of zone runs and a couple of zone reads and an RPO. They could take some base plays and run a tempo offense. And they might, like if I was them, I would have spent 3-4 days in practice working on it. Multiple drills during this, because that's been the only way to get this offense get this LSU defense on their heels a little bit, and to stop them from doing all their complicated pre-snap looks where they got walk-arounds. You don't know who's coming where. Their disguises. It prevents defenses from being able to do that. So if I'm watching LSU and saying, all right, what was the worst game they played? Well, it was Ole Miss. Okay, well, what did Ole Miss do? They went really fast and got LSU.
Now, you're not going to be able to replicate
You can't replicate it, but you can do it a couple times.
Your version. Yeah, and you can do it a couple times. You can do your version of it. Like the thing with Ole Miss that's so impressive, and I've said it multiple years, not just this year, like when their receivers catch a ball, let's say it's like a 15-yard out route. They catch the ball and they tumble out of bounds and they're in the other team's bench. They are doing everything they can to sprint back to the line.
Right.
Like they're moving people out of the way. They're giving the ball to the official, not throwing the ball.
It's their identity.
Because they want to give the ball to the official and they want to go.
Yeah.
It's impressive to me. Like you can take the hardest hit over the middle and it's like you're limping and crawling and like trying to still get the ball to the official. So you can't replicate that in 2 weeks in the totality of what they do, but you can do a version of it.
Yeah, and you can't make that identity, but you can throw it in there and make it a little change up.
Yeah, it's gosh, that offense and the tempo that they play at, it is highly impressive. I mean, it's not just them. Tennessee does it. Mississippi State tries to do a version of it at times. But I would fully expect South Carolina to have something for LSU where it is high tempo. And we're talking about 12 seconds from where the ball is down to the next snap.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think that's the Ole Miss call. I think it's 12 seconds.
Yeah. And just like this, kind of like my notes and my keys to victory for this LSU defense versus Lenore Sellers. Like, look, he is a big kid. He is strong. He can break tackles, but you can confuse him a little bit. You can get to him. This is going to be a safety game for LSU. Good safety play. That is key. And our safeties, look, pretty darn good. So that was my key to victory against Clemson. It's kind of the same deal. If we have a really good game from the safeties, look out. I think we'll have a good game.
The safeties actually played well against Ole Miss, too. Just wasn't enough. All right, we will take a break. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by the starting quarterback for your New Orleans Saints, Spencer Rattler, right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, every single thing is available. So no matter what your needs are, no matter what your family's needs are, they are always going to be met over at All-Star. If you want to go watch the Tigers play this fall, you want to go to Tuscaloosa, maybe you want to go to Norman, right? LSU doesn't go there. This is a new trip for them. You want to go stay in Oklahoma City. You want to drive there. You want to have a car so you can go bebop around town. You can rent that from All-Star, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
That's right. And also, if you're going to rent from All-Star, like you might be thinking, I don't want to rent from a dealer because it's probably going to be way more expensive than going to the airport and renting from one of those big national rental companies. No. Per-day rental prices right there, as good or better as those national companies. And you can choose from anything right there on the lot. Who does that? So if it's that time of year, if you just need a new car, used car, a long-term lease, or a rental, go check them out. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Are live here. It is OTB at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And, well, who better to come on the show than when you're at the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints? And the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, Spencer Rattler, joins the show now. Spencer, man, we hope you're doing well. Truly appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. So, look, we talk about it all the time. When you're in the NFL, man, wins are hard, and wins matter so much. And it doesn't matter if you win 2-0, 3-2. It does not matter. A win is a win. So how did it feel to get the victory the other day? The locker room scenes were incredible. Like, what is that win, and what does that win kind of mean moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to get a win under your belt. Took longer than expected, but like you said, it's tough to come across them, and you're happy to get one down, and you just want to keep stacking them. So I think the vibes are high. We want to keep this thing rolling and continue to get better each week and come out with more wins.
Spence, everyone saw the video in the locker room after the game. Kellen Moore kind of giving game balls, talking about different accomplishments during the game. Then, of course, you got your guy Alvin giving Kellen Moore the game ball for his first win as a head coach. So just tell me, like, what's it mean for having him there, getting a win for him, and how has it been like adapting to him as a head coach and just playing for him?
It's been awesome. I mean, ever since he got here, I think the culture he brought in, just how he, goes about his business, how he treats us, all that stuff. I mean, he's a player's coach for sure. And, happy for him to get his first win, He's a great dude, obviously a great play caller, and can bring a locker room together.
Spencer, I had a chance to interview you on NFL radio down in training camp, and we talked about, for you to have Scott Tolzien, he was a former teammate actually of both of ours, as your quarterback coach. You got Doug as the OC, you got Kellen as your head coach. Like, what has that meant, kind of having all of these guys that have played the position at the National Football League level to be able to kind of bend their ear a little bit when you're trying to get ready for a game and even in-game situations? It's
been great, having three guys that all played the position at the highest level, just bouncing ideas off them, taking any advice. I mean, we all don't see the game the same, but we all, have our own feel for it. So we can, have conversations about looks, about this, about that. So it's been very beneficial for me and everybody else in the room.
Spence, some of my best memories of being in the league was like in the quarterback room, because you're with those guys every single day, what is 6 8, 10, 12 hours a day, whatever it is. So some of my best memories are those relationships. And every quarterback room every single year was a little bit different, whether it was a new coach or whether it was a new practice squad, whatever it was. So how was the quarterback room this year with you, my guy Scott Tolzien, Tyler, Jake, everybody? How has that room been this year?
It's a fun room, Scotty, man, he's a great dude, man. He's he's the best dude. We like to mess with Scotty, but he's awesome. Tyler, Jake, Hunter, and Nuss, obviously. So we got a good room, and Taysom. Don't forget about Taysom.
Yeah.
So we got a great room, man. We joke around a lot, but obviously we talk ball, but you got to be laid back in those quarterback rooms, as you know.
Hey, look, has Scott, has he ever shown you the video of his spin move against the Vikings?
We showed it in the team meeting. I believe it was.
Yeah, you did.
It was the 6th move. I didn't know he had.
Dude, are you kidding? Dude, I think it's the best spin move a quarterback's ever put on somebody in the middle of the field.
Yeah, other than Michael Vick, he's probably right.
No doubt, dude.
Hey, you mentioned Taysom there. How good was it to get a couple of guys back last week? You get Taysom Hill back. You get our guy Foster Moreau back. And I know they've been working hard to get back. But just to have those guys, veteran guys that certainly are going to help any offense that they can kind of come in, certainly at that point in the season, kind of give you a little bit of a jolt.
100%. I mean, just having those guys back dressed out on the field is positive for our team. I think we saw that last game with the energy they brought. And then obviously when they're on the field, their ability to make plays, starts with Taysom. He could, do it all, as you guys know. And then Foster's a true tight end, can block, run, catch, do it all. So those are two reliable guys and two of our best players.
All right, Spencer. So big news over here. So, of course, there's a big game tomorrow here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Right now, you're kind of talking to Baton Rouge. You're talking to almost everybody here in Louisiana. We're all excited. And, of course, your alma mater, South Carolina, coming down to take on the LSU Tigers, man. So we wanted to kind of just pick your brain a little bit about, not really the game, but your experiences, what it was like, because I know you had a ton of success at South Carolina. You had played in some really big games, but your coach Beamer, he seems like, I've heard him talk. I was at SEC Media Days, and he seems like a guy that players love to play for. Tell me your experience about him and what he brings as a head coach.
Yeah, he was the main reason I went to South Carolina. Definitely a player's coach, a guy that's fiery and very emotional for his players, which you want to see when you're on his team. And, I mean, he'll go to battle with them, with us till the end. So, great leader, great family man, and has that program going in the right direction for sure. I think everybody knows that, and he's awesome.
See, Spencer, I'm jealous for you because you get a chance to play in the Superdome, which is very college-like atmosphere. So when you play your games at Williams-Brice, one of the best atmospheres in college football, like you get that experience, I think, at the pro level as well. Look, I played in San Diego. And so, sometimes the other team would have more fans than us. That's just kind of how it was. But you get almost like a true college experience there in the Superdome. And, you're coming from Williams-Brice, so not much of a drop-off there for you.
Not much of a drop-off at all. Pretty similar, both very loud and sold out, it seems like, every time. So it's definitely very cool.
That's right. Hey, so this is year 2 for you in New Orleans. And look, everybody gets it. It's a culture shock. It's a long way from Arizona for you. It's a long way from Columbia. It's a long way from Norman. Like, how has your experience, how have you adapted to the Louisiana culture, the New Orleans culture?
It's been great. I think the people here are awesome. It's like a family vibe everywhere you go, which is what I like. I feel like most of the places I've been, it's been like that. So, but the people here are special. The fan base, obviously, the food's great. And it's a great city, man. It's a different type of city, and I enjoy it a lot. Like the culture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever think one of the main questions that you would get as a starting quarterback for an NFL team is what's your favorite restaurant, as much as you've probably gotten it there for the Saints?
No, I mean, they definitely ask that a lot. It's a tough answer. There's so many, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Tough to pick one.
I'm not even going to put you on the spot because I know you've had to answer that so many times, and you're right. It's a tough answer, and if you say the wrong thing, it can go a lot of different ways. And so that's a great answer by you.
People get real mad if you say the wrong thing, for sure.
That's right.
All right, Spencer. So, we want to have we want people to kind of get to know you, get to know your personality a little bit. This is the first time talking to our station. You got a big following here, a lot of fans, loving what y'all are doing. And so we want to kind of, in this segment right now, with a little thing that we're going to call Rapid Fire with Rattler. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Just pop off some answers. You can go into detail if you want, but I'm actually, now that y'all said that, I'm going to take off the favorite restaurant.
Yeah, take off that. Yeah, take that off.
No more of that.
Yeah, we don't want to get him in trouble.
And I'm not going to lie. I did text Tolzien 2 days ago and ask a little inside scoop. So you ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. Spencer, do you believe in ghosts?
To some degree.
Some degree.
Okay,
So
good
fair,
answer.
fair.
Yeah, fair.
All right. If you were thrown into an NBA game,
Mm-hmm.
how many points would you score?
Probably like 6.
There you go. Scott told me you were like a legitimate baller.
Okay.
So that's why we asked it.
Look it up on YouTube.
All right. Favorite Saints uniform combination?
I would say the all whites were super sharp this year, but I like the all black too. Just
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
All right. What's your go-to order at Taco Bell?
ooh, that's a good one. You got to go with I like the crispy cantina chicken tacos.
There you go.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That's deep detail. I like that.
That's my go. That's my go-to there with the combo. Maybe the steak burrito. I don't know.
It's just all good, right? All right. Number one used emoji on your phone.
Probably the 100 emoji or the laughing emoji.
All right, the last one there. We're trying to come up with the nickname. Do you have a favorite nickname so far that you've heard about you? Rat Pack, Rat Dad, Rattlesnake.
I like Rat Dad. That's a good one.
Rat Dad. Okay, Rat Dad.
Spencer
It is
Rattler
officially
approved nickname
Rat
for
Dad.
Spencer Rattler.
Hey, Spencer,
There we
man,
go.
can't thank you enough during the season. We appreciate you hopping on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks,
All right,
Spencer.
you as well. Spencer Rattler, your starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. All right, we'll more OTB when we come back here live from Rouse's.
Off the bench.
Of Rouse's, go to Rouse's.com. You can check out what they can do for you and your tailgate this weekend. If you're getting ready for LSU and South Carolina inside of Death Valley, remember you can come to Rouse's here today, get your tailgating packages. They got the breakfast bar going. So look, you kind of come get your stuff that you're getting ready for the tailgate, but you also get to enjoy Rouse's and the breakfast bar. You got the sushi behind us as well. You got the pre-made meals. So come into this Rouse's, your local Rouse's. Go there today, Rouse's.com.
That's right. Get ready for the tailgate. You got to stock up, whether you're making jambalaya, whether you're making some bacon-wrapped jalapenos, whatever you're making, make sure you come stock up right here at Rouse's, your local Rouse's Market. Rouse's,